Hey, wow, it's been a while since I've done an update video for the channel. Just gonna play some Tetris in the background while I yak for a couple seconds. It's not really gonna be super long. It's just to kind of announce a few things. Nothing really serious or major, nothing like that, but like so there's a project I'm working on. It's going to be for my 2-year anniversary in July, but it's a pretty big project, so it's going to be taking up a lot of time. So, I mean, I'll still upload regular episodes and things like that, but I just wanted to like kind of lay the groundworks that, I have something pretty big planned. Also, I'm hoping it's somewhat already noticeable, but I'm investing time and really seriously trying to improve my audio as well, because the aim and the goal behind my channel is to feel like kind of like an old-fashioned Let's Play channel where it's not really super polished and it's not really super editing crazy, because it's meant more to feel like, at least what I want it to feel more like you're just chilling out, like hanging out with a buddy. They're playing a game and like, there's a bit of a back and forth, like they're yakking about something, maybe like you yak back, but I know it's not really the same. Excuse me. It's not really the same as if it would be like, streaming, because like you can't really respond back immediately or anything like that. And eventually, I do plan on streaming. I just don't feel like I'm quite at that point right now where I'm ready to do that, for various different reasons. Once I do, I probably won't have a super consistent stream schedule, not out of laziness, but just out of like, I don't have a set schedule with work. And so some of the days will be set, but there's usually at least 1 or 2 random days added onto the schedule. Sometimes it's enough in advance for me to make plans, and sometimes it's enough, or it's like not even enough in advance for me to know, like, they told me the day before, or they asked me the day before if I could cover for something, and I agreed to or not. So that would be something that once I did, I would definitely, encourage people to keep track of my X account under the same name as the channel name, just simply because, like, I do a lot of my major announcements with that kind of stuff. Well, I would do my major announcements for that kind of stuff there, as opposed to just like, updating it here. If you don't want to join it, or not really join it, you don't want to follow it, that's fine. I'm not like going to twist your arm over it or nothing. I just reminding, that does exist, and I do a lot of updates there. Sometimes I try to do the YouTube community message thing, but it doesn't always, I don't always think to do that, honestly. My first thing is always going to end up just being like shooting out a quick post on X or something. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of it. Like, I just wanted to announce that I've got a big project, happening, and that the video series, I don't know if I spoiled it because I just remembered that hasn't aired yet. Unprofessional, content creator here. I might, if I did, I'll probably just edit that out so it doesn't get spoiled. But they're going to continue to go up, obviously. I think it's actually about to start going up in a couple days and all, but I'm also going to be working a lot on another project. It's a pretty big deal for me. Like, if it goes the way I'm hoping that it goes, like, it'll be a fun little event. It's for, like I said, the 2-year anniversary, which is July the 26th. So I'm hoping you'll look forward to that as much as I'm looking forward to that. And once again, just to reiterate, I'm trying to work on my audio. I think it sounds better. I was recording my audio, and I still am as a backup, recording it through OBS, but I'm actually like dipping my toes into Audacity as a like better option. And at least for me, I noticed almost immediately, without having to do any editing in the editing software I use, I didn't have to really change much. Maybe boost audio a little bit and then like add a compressor, and that's pretty much it. You know, standard. If you know what I'm talking about, then great. If you don't, sorry. I'm getting a little technical about it. But like I was saying, I think it sounds already better, and it's not going to appear, unfortunately, on the next series until maybe after episode 8, because I've already recorded up to that point. I make it no secret that I record in advance as far as I can, just simply because time. So it'll be on the next series for sure, just not right away. Because like I was listening back, because like one of the things I wanted to do this year is try to improve my content as much as I can, because I already feel like I've improved a lot since I first started back, July of 2024. Like, I actually literally had to learn to do this in order to do this. And there wasn't really like a lot of resources you could follow. There still really aren't. And maybe when I get good enough to do so, I'll make some tutorials. Because I'm also thinking about doing like, I know I'm not very great as far as like an artist goes, but I thought about doing some, sketching and like video kind of stuff and just drawing videos to kind of show my process. I'm completely self-taught, so it's not like I necessarily have like a particular method I use. I just kind of go at it and just work on things until things come out the way I want them to or need them to. But I thought it would be cool to do that. I've also been dabbling, which, once again, if you're paying attention to X, you would already know this. I've also been dabbling in a new paint style that will show up on the next thumbnail. So I kind of wanted to go through what I kind of figured out and have learned through that, because it's closer to the style that I've always wanted to do, I feel. And I think that my art and my style makes more sense when you see it in that paint style, as opposed to like what I've been doing, which is just kind of like trying to figure it out as I go. And I learned quite a lot of things from that style that I don't know exactly how well it'll translate. I haven't really tried doing different techniques I learned, because like I've learned how to make translucent glass and stuff, and I've learned how to make like like glowing eyes and stuff like that. So that's something that I will have to just try and play around with and see if I can recreate it or if I have to relearn it, which is in its own right a fun process. So like I said, I want to eventually try and do something like that. And going back to like I was saying with the audio, I really enjoyed Crow Country and playing Crow Country. Yeah, like once again, I've already finished it. First time playthrough, had a real good time, but there are times watching back to me that it sounds like the audio is a little rough at different points in time. And, you know, it's not a super major issue, but at the same time, it kind of made me a little sad because it's like, oh man, I really enjoyed this. And I thought, I had a great time and everything, but the audio just is kind of rough, and I wish it had not turned out that way. So I'm trying to, like I said, work on it. It's not really the game audio. The game audio just kind of records as is, and it sounds pretty close. It was more like my voice audio, because like I did change at some point, I think during Crow Country, I changed my setup again, as far as like I went from having one type of desk to another type of desk. I've also started using my drawing tablet as like my monitor instead of another monitor, because like I moved some stuff around, and it's a big tablet. It's like, gosh, what is it? It's an XP Pen 24 Pro or something like that. It's a big tablet, so it can basically be a monitor when I'm not using it as a tablet. So I started using that as well, and it moved some things around, and I had to buy a new clamp for my microphone, because if I remember correctly, the last couple episodes, either the last couple episodes of Crow Country or the first couple episodes of the next series, I actually had to use like the table, like the regular stand that it came with, because the clamp, or the clip, or whatever you want to call it, that is used for my boom arm that I use, broke. So I had to buy a new one of those, and that kind of made it take a hit a little bit. But like, I'm rambling on, probably things that aren't that interesting to most people, maybe interesting to people who want to try to give something like this a shot. Like I said, eventually I think I will just try and make like a video comprehensive of what I've learned that can maybe help people who are trying to get into it. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, nothing fancy, nothing super long. I will say, I guess I should have said it at the beginning, but I will say, like, I appreciate the growth I have, received over the almost 2 years I've been doing it. Anybody who actually watches my videos and watch them all the way through, I really appreciate it. Like, I'm happy that I can share something that somebody gets enjoyment out of, and I'm hoping to continue this journey for as long as I can. And if you're willing to take it with me, I hope I can really help enrich in your life, and help you relax and chill out and just have a good time, because I feel like, life doesn't always give you those little moments, so you kind of have to find them for yourself. And I think to me, I think there are two great, and they're kind of intertwined. I think there are two great pursuits in life that somebody can take and do something with their life. And one is to like try and encourage and support people and bring them like as much joy and like I said, encouragement as they can when they're in a rough place. And the other thing would be to try and use your skills and everything to enrich somebody's life for the better. And I think that those are two things that are intertwined, because it's a form of support. But I'm going to stop rambling there. I think that this has probably gone on long enough. I appreciate it if you watched this update and watched it all the way through. And I'm hoping to continue to sharpen and improve in my content, so that, maybe I can reach more people and help enrich their lives. But I'm going to end it there. I appreciate you watching. If you made it to this point in this video, I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.